Coming round again. You wanna dose of this right now? It's KDA. I'm a goddess with a blaze. 소리처럼 내 이름 잊지 못하게 loud, 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 loud. I could take you to the top. 절대 멈추지 못해. 내가 끝내주는 bad girl, girl, girl. And when I start to talk that, oh, you know how to react. I'm a picture perfect face with that wild in my veins. You can hear it in my glow, 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 glow. So keep your eyes on me now. 무엇을 보든 좋아할 거야. 다 할 수 없는 배vo. 나와 되길 원한 늘 확신해. We got it all in our hands now. So can you handle what we're all about? We're so tough. Let's get it, show you out. Can you feel the rush now? Ain't nobody bringing us down, 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 down. They could try, but we gonna wear the crown. You could go another round, 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 round. Wish you luck, but you're not bringing us down. Go hard, till we get it, we go hard. We so in it, we pop stars. Only winning, winning now. Ain't nobody bringing us down, 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 down. You ready for this?
Let's go.
See, 언제든지 내 모습 매직 단 한 번에 내가 잡아 절대 기죽지 않지. 펴펴 네가 뭘 알아. 견딜 수 없어 원해도 원하는 게 얼굴에 보여. I'm troubling you running it. I'm so cold. When I move that way, you gon' be so blown. I'm the realest in the game. Said I'm on fire with the blade. You're about to hear my name, ringing in your head like whoa. So keep your eyes on me now. 무엇을 보든 좋아할 거야. We so tough. Let's get it, show you out. Can you feel the rush now?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the quarterfinals of the PMA LCS. My name is Sling Panda. I'll be streaming tonight's match, and casting is Vitautus Didicius. Say hello to the people.
Hello to the people.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's match between One Trick Ponies and Legends on Tap. What do you think of these two teams coming into this quarterfinal matchup here?
Yeah, I think this is going to be set up to be a very spicy match indeed. Legends on Tap coming into this quarterfinal with one of the most standout players in the league currently on Legends MK. Has done a heck of a lot for that team, and I expect nothing less of him going into this quarterfinals matchup. Legends on Tap, of course, sitting comfortably in, I believe, second place right now as the second seed in this match tonight. And overall, they just feel like a very strong team with, a very solid mid-jungle duo in Legends MK and Panic at the top hat. And one of the standout, easily top 3 top laners in the league in account as well, in addition to a bot lane that, holds it down every game and keeps it simple. On the other side of the coin, though, OTP has looked a little scary towards the end of the season, but they did show some signs of life as they had a surprise 1-1 against Caligma Bobway in Week 11, and that was really cool. Flesh as well, they're one of their standout players, debuting as Heimerdinger that week, and I'm excited to see what other tricks he has up his sleeve. The one thing worth mentioning about OTP, though, is Chad Penguin is subbing out for the rest of the season for Jirachi, as they are currently going to cadets for drum corps, so good luck to them. And I feel like Chad Penguin is a very solid addition to this team, and I'm actually really excited to see how OTP performs with the addition.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they transition from Jirachi to Chad Penguin. I know Jirachi was main voice in that team, especially with shot calling and draft planning and all that. So it'll be interesting to see how they transition to not having Jirachi and having Chad Penguin instead. I think this matchup between Theatrics and Legends MK is probably going to be the one to watch throughout this best of 3 series.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. I think that's going to be a very interesting matchup to keep eyes on. Another thing worth mentioning as well is that Flesh was also in charge of a lot of pick ban and general strategy going forward, even with Jirachi on the team. And now that Jirachi's gone, I expect that Flesh will likely be the sole person in charge of that stuff, maybe with a little bit of help from the team, maybe not. But going on to that jungle matchup you just mentioned between Legends and Theatrics, Legends known for his early game prowess a lot. The way he jungles is crucial in order to getting Legends on Tap those early game advantages. They need to close the game out, and if they somehow don't manage to get those, they're usually a very safe, very controlled team, and going into late game, they more often than not make the right call, and they have some of the best macro in the league. I'll go on record as saying that. On the flip side, though, Theatrics, he goes in. There's not really much else to say about him. He goes in, and he goes in hard. Sometimes he dies. Most of the time, the other team dies. Everyone dies. It's a bloodbath when you have Theatrics in the jungle. So one thing's for sure, someone's dying in the early game this game. I don't know who, but OTP actually has one of the strongest, consistently strongest early games in the entire league. I believe they actually are up by far the most gold at 10 minutes over every other team in the league.
I think Caligma Bobwa comes close, but yeah, the OTP certainly has a lot of early leads. It's what they do with those leads that tends to be the problem. Sometimes they throw, sometimes they close it out. You never know which you're going to get. Going into that top lane matchup, Ganwian versus Akout. What are your thoughts here?
I think Ganwian would likely be a little bit outclassed on paper, but Akout's champion pool, I feel like, gives Ganwian an opportunity to get some good matchups in that lane. And so if you can ban out something like the Vladimir per se that would free farm into a lot of Ganwian's top laners or something like that, you can open up that Maokai pick for him, and he could just sit there and tank for days and never die in lane. Or on the flip side, focus the Rumble or perhaps something like that. And you can also open up Ganweon's Urgot pick, which I feel like is going to be a hotly contested pick in the pick ban. Not necessarily for Akayu, but like that's something that a lot of PMA LCS teams are starting to put priority on when they play against one-twick ponies.
And joining us now is our other caster, Menbung. Say hi to the people.
Hi to the people.
That's the exact same thing I did.
Are you serious?
Yep.
This is why we're casting together tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know, this is the first week, I believe, since I've been in PMA LCS where we've had a playoff game every day of the week that is allowed.
That's actually incredible.
Yeah, like there's no duos, there's not another one coming on at the same time. You know, there's not one coming up later or one that already happened. It's awesome. It's like an actual like playoff experience.
That's actually mad cool because like, you just go one a day and like
like you have something
too much, there's never too little.
Like if you're like me, someone who loves watching like this league, there's not one night where I'm like, damn, I wish someone was playing, because every night someone will be playing. It's gonna be cool.
It's going to be slick. And on that note, I believe Pro Draft links have been distributed, and I'm going to send you that one, Sean. Yep, there you go.
Thank you.
All right, and casters are ready, correct?
Yep.
Correct.
I think we are still
All
waiting
right.
for Panic at the top hat, though. He seems like he is running a bit tardy here. He's currently not in the lobby, so
He's in the game. He's in practice tools karma right now. He's getting warmed up.
ooh, getting warmed up. Panic at the top
Yeah,
hat. He
well-
better figure his life out here real quick, because yeah, we're waiting on him.
Yeah, there's a pun to be made here, and I'm really trying to figure it out, but nothing is happening.
Is he panicking with his top hat right now? That's why he's
No,
in the
we are
practice tool.
because
I don't know anymore. Anyways, moving over to the mid lane matchup, Flesh versus Panic at the top hat. What are you thinking here for this mid lane?
I love this mid lane matchup actually.
A lot of high skill here. I will be interested to see what Legends on Tap decide to do. Will they continue the trend of PMALCS 5 banning Flesh and seeing what happens?
No, so I don't think that's shown not to work, because then you get people like Theatrics or Slaga on their comfort picks, which is definitely not something that they want. I do think though that these mid laners, like I can divulge a little bit about my own personal. These are two of the top 3 mid laners for this split. The third being This Is Lugo. In my opinion, you can put them however you wish, but these two of the top 3 play the most similar styles, in my opinion. The only difference is jungle proximity. Flesh is kind of on his own island. Who the heck is Khan 1996? Kick them out. And then Panic at the top hat. I think there's like a running meme about Frank having some sort of running joke about how he treats his junglers and that he's always asking for a gank and stuff. So, yeah, run it down mid. There you go.
Good times. That being said, I kind of just want to see the old Vel'Koz versus Anivia farm fast in mid lane. Just let both those champions through. That being said, at this point, no team in PMA LCS is letting Flesh's Anivia through, and almost no team in PMA LCS is letting Panic the Top Hat's Vel'Koz through. Add on to the fact that Flesh really hates Vel'Koz. Fun fact of the day: yeah, there's no Vel'Koz that's going to be in this game 1. Not at all.
Yeah. Also, funnily enough, Frank does not like Anivia. So, I think that's interesting to note here.
I feel like tons and tons of time spent playing against both Hirmar and Flesh in the PMA LCS is taking their toll on our mid lane pool.
And Greg. Greg, before he came, he was also another Anivia player in the mid lane, so.
Wasn't Ganwian one as well?
Who?
Ganwian?
Yeah. Ganwian's first split, so he's never played Anivia in the actual PMA LCS, but yes, he actually was an Anivia player as well, which is
Yes, he was.
where the team name comes from. It's because they had 2 Anivia players.
Yeah. They're the one Twick ponies.
All right. Well, it looks like we are set to go into pick ban phase. We are and this is what we're looking at here. Banning first will be one Twick ponies, and there goes the Vel'Koz.
There goes the
Immediate.
Vel'Koz. Yep, get that. Come on. I just want to see the Anivia ban instant, because like Anivia ban second or third makes me look pretty smart. Anivia ban first makes me look really smart.
Yeah, but I mean, I think they're trying to be coy.
Well,
All right.
coy my
Well,
ass.
They were being coy for about 20 seconds.
And then they locked it in. I had to think long and hard about that one. Speaking of long and hard, Vagar coming out.
Ooh.
Is that a short joke?
Nah, the game's long and Vagar is not hard in the least, so
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
But-
So I was saying, these mid laners, they both choose either scaling mages or supportive type picks. Like they both share that Zillion, which I was just about to mention. They both share the Zillion, and then outside of that, one thing I hope One Trick Ponies notices, unless they want to first pick it, is that Uramoose has been a One Trick Pony this split and has played like a million games of Braum in PMA LCS. It's been like Braum Sivir, Braum Tristana, Tristana Taric, Sivir,
Yeah, I'm actually curious to see if the Braum ban comes out here, and I think it would be extremely solid. But actually, the Nautilus ban being dropped here, another Panic the Top Hat's played that as well.
Yeah.
So I think they went for the third mid lane ban just for the meme. I hope Lot answers back with the 3. I want to see an entire mid lane pool just banned away in the first phase. It'd be hilarious.
Yeah, if it is another mid lane ban, it'll be really cool. And then I think the Braum should be the first pick. That's my anticipation. But they're
Hecarim.
gonna go for the Hecarim, which is kind of interesting.
The
And then they
Taric-
take the Taric.
Yeah, I
If
think
they do
actually
Sona
want
Taric, I will yell.
Yeah, I think they're actually looking at Sonateric here. Flesh actually loves Sonateric so much, and he thinks it's like the most busted thing ever. And
It
so-
truly is. I just don't think you want to do it on blue side.
Well, there's the
I think
Braum.
blue side is fine. I think they just want to play it. I think they want to play it into the bot lane of Legends Untapped because I don't think they actually think they have much of anything that they can do about it. And even then, like with the Taric being picked up into the Braum matchup, at this point you basically have an AD carry flex pick here because the Taric can play into the Braum and it's not that bad of a support right now, period. So you can just not run Sona this game and it'll be fine.
I think not running Sona would be really smart, especially with this Jarvan locked in right here. Mainly because the likes of Chad Penguin for their permanent playoff sub does not seem of the type of player who would want to play Sona. Well, I do understand the sentiment of if you look at Lot's team top to bottom, their bottom side of the map is the side that you would feel has the least amount of pressure. But with the likes of Sivir and Tristana still being up, even the Lucian for the Lucian Braum combo in that bot lane of Lot, I still don't think it's something you can do. But here, God, making me look to be just the smartest person on.
I was actually going to go out on a limb and say that the Caitlyn pick might be pretty solid here, but the Sona pick coming out in the end. So I think what I've heard about that is like Chad Penguin obviously isn't a Sona player first and foremost, but he doesn't mind the champion. And alternatively, they could perhaps flex him on Taric and then put Slaga on Sona, and
They need
Slaga's
to-
already played Sona.
Heimer.
And,
Gamer.
that better be a top Heimerdinger because I mean it makes sense for Flesh's champion pool, but they now they need damage and they need some sort of engage. I'm expecting a Olaf to come out for the side of Theatrics.
That would actually be pretty good.
Yeah, because you have to have some AD champion to make use of this Sonateric combo, but they have the Vladimir, Jarvan, and the Braum locked in. Now, Vladimir will be better in team fights, but this Jarvan Braum, if they can just pop the Sonateric beforehand, like, I really hope this is something that they practiced.
I feel like I've seen this Legends Untapped team comp before. Like, don't quote me on it, but
Yeah, all it needs now is
It's a Sivir and a I don't know, a random mid laner, and
Yeah.
Kane can be banned away. One of the bans I'm actually looking at here for Legends on Tap is going to have to be that Urgot. As a matter of fact, I'm surprised that OTP chose to pick the Heimerdinger over the Urgot, but I suppose not wanting to get Flesh pentabanned and remove the Heimerdinger away would make a lot of sense. That being said, at this point, we're kind of running low on the champion pools for both the mid laners, so while it kind of makes sense to hamper Flesh a little bit, I don't think he'd be completely just, messed over if they were to leave his pick for second rotation.
Yeah, I do agree, and I'm starting to look. I want to go look at this. That's got the Evelyn ban. See, I think that's actually just a miss priority. You need to have an AD threat, and it can't be a Garen in the top lane. So, the Tristana and the Sivir bans, I really do like. You should see something. I'm expecting the Ahri to come out for Panic at the top hat right here, if not the Lissandra, because the Lissandra would be extremely good against the Terexona. Just lock down, point and click. None of those are going to have an easy time into the Heimerdinger, but those are the two picks that we've seen Panic at the top at play, unless possibly that Vladimir does go mid and they're leaving it for like a counter pick top lane like a Fiora or a Kennen.
Oh boy, the Ashe can be picked up on the side of Legends on Tap here, and I actually like this pick a lot. They're just going to need some big damage in the mid lane in order to close this composition out at this point.
That's the Ahri, I think.
Yeah, I could see the Ahri. There was one other champion that was like, if Panic at the top hat has been practicing it at all, it would have been a killer pick here, and I forget what it was. I'm gonna go to OPJ. I'm gonna go to champions.gg.
That Cassiopeia?
No, it's not Cassiopeia.
Karthus.
No, it is none of those.
Please pick an Olaf right here, OTP.
They're not going to pick Olaf. Guarantee
Olaf
they
would
don't
actually
play
be-
Olaf.
Olaf would be a very decent pick here. The rough part is working around the Jarvan Cataclysm, but
Oh my goodness. So,
Oh, no.
so the whole point about the Terexona combo is that you have a lot of heals and shields, and you do like good sustained damage over time. Heimerdinger doesn't do sustained damage over time outside of like his ultimate if it has like the giant turret and like he can poke. Garen, I guess, is just gonna be in the side lane the whole time, and a Moo, it's like I think they just wanted to do circles. Like they all just wanted to
Yeah.
have circles, and then they forgot to pick Urgot top lane.
and the Ahri
What is
coming out
this,
here as
Dylan?
predicted for Panic at the top hat. And I'm actually, so here's the plan, dude. You walk into Mumu, you walk into Mumu, you go Cinderhook, you go Leandries. There's your small amounts of damage every time. There's your burn, and then because your Mumu's already pretty tanky with the Taric frontline too, and the Taric invulnerability, you just have your Garen go Trinity Force Stair Axe, and then just build damage like Death Stance after that or something.
Yeah, so no. that's just not how I feel about this. I'm actually kind of we're gonna move on to the next part. I accidentally
Yeah, I know. I
clicked
think it's pretty.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I don't think it's good. I'm just memeing.
Maye,
but-
thank you for your subscription.
Dude, what if that's actually Chad Penguin on Garen though, and Ganwian's being flex spot on one of the Terexona picks?
Tee.
I think that would make a lot of sense, especially into Acute, and the Vladimir doesn't have that fun of a matchup into Garen. I mean, it's not terrible, but that's one of Chad Penguin's favorite matchups to play as well, and so I actually think that's what they're... Yeah,
Oh,
I think
so
this is
it
Chad
could
Penguin
be-
Garen.
Chad Penguin, Garen in the top lane, and Terexona bot lane with now that champion
makes
like
zero sense.
player wise it's better, but I still don't like the overall composition. I think it was incredibly smart by Lot on that Vladimir pick, because you know that Terexona wants to try to take over between the 17 and like 25-minute mark. But if for some reason they stall out, Vladimir just becomes a champion that no one on the side of OTP can deal with. They do not have enough consistent damage on that team to deal with this Vladimir come late game.
Yeah, I don't really know how OTP plays against this Vladimir late game at all. I mean, I guess they have I guess they could have Morel and Omicron on the Heimerdinger, and then like maybe a Thornmail on Garen or something late game, just as a necessity against the Ashe. Not necessarily a necessity, but like I don't. it's
Yeah,
exactly like you said. I don't see any damage here. I don't know how they defeat Legends on tap in a straight up team fight without outplaying them. Like,
I'm looking at Theatrix champion pool that he's played. Obviously, the Kane and the Hecarim being banned away, the Jarvan being taken away. But the Rek'Sai is not someone that you want to have for this. But if you were gonna go with the scaling option and play this Sonateric, I think the Olaf or the Jax that he has previously played would be absolutely fantastic. Even the likes of a Shyvana is better, in my opinion, than an Amumu. While it doesn't give you the engage that Amumu does, it gives you someone who can build, on hit type of damage. Or if you want to go throw it really old school, you put Kale in the top lane and then get a Yi, and then you just double down on your solo queue boosting strats. Because Yi with this comp and something as safe as Heimerdinger, to where he never has to show face there, that's a comp that would be really, really good, and have a Kale to give extra invulnerability and someone who can deal with the Vladimir come late game.
Oh yeah, Yi would have absolutely been disgusting here. And with the Master Yi changes this patch, he's actually seeing some play. Like he's kind of disgusting, honestly. I've played him a bit, and he's workable. Like he's definitely playable. And I think in the right hands, in the right comp, you could have seen it come out in situations like this. That being said, that'd be a hell of a lot of crowd control to work past.
Yeah.
Is anyone else's mic going like completely staticky at all? Like,
no, I don't hear anything.
Oh yeah. My internet must be tanking or something then.
Okay,
because, yeah.
Tank fill juice can, come in for you if it's tanking too much, but looking at the comps that are there, as opposed to us continuing to think of what could have been, what will be in this game, I think I've made the biggest, contribution towards lot winning. I think they have the better early game jungler and the jungle pick. I think they have the better overall cohesive team comp, not just the OP Sonateric and then some stuff. And it will be Ganwian, as you rightfully pointed out, Vitatis, on that Sona. But I also think that one Twig ponies can't win because they're not all wearing their clan tags together. So that's another, desynced in pick ban, desynced in real game in clan tags.
Chad Penguin and Slug are rocking their Church of Bungpalia tags though, so
yeah, that's another reason why they'll lose.
Oof, never lucky. Speaking of which, who'd you vote for most devout Bungapalian?
Oh my god, I think I voted for Maye.
Of course, it'd be a classic one. I believe I put definitely not Menbung.
Yeah.
That was all I put.
I'll put that someone put, we compare not our devotion to the Bung between each other, but with the rest of the world. And I kind of threw up after reading that, so...
I legitimately, figuratively, literally threw up.
I actually, literally, figuratively, in hindsight, threw up.
In hindsight, threw up. My brain's throwing up right now listening to this.
My brain can't even reach hindsight right now. Oh my god. I'm so tired.
They say hindsight's 20/20, but that's because 20 plus 20 is 40, so my IQ is only 40. That's why I can't even see in hindsight.
Jesus Christ. More 20 plus 20, which equals 40, which is how long this game wants to go if one Twick has any chance of winning this game. But it'd have to be of a Baron throw. God. I mean, so the way that one trick does win this, in my opinion, is it has to be through either Chad Penguin somehow dominating the top lane, either with help or by himself with that ignite to counter the Vladimir's healing, or Amumu just pops off. Because I think Flesh lane matchup, unless he just starts getting solo kills on maybe a matchup that Panic at the top hat's not familiar with, yeah, I don't know. What is this commentary? It says Budnificent. Well, hello, buddy. This commentary is brought to you by Snickers.
The Church of Bungpalia?
No, by Snickers. We're not your commentators when we're hungry. Have a Snickers.
Feels bad, dude. That joke made me snicker.
He friend. He friend. Good job, buddy. He friend.
Okay, so I think we're overlooking the other win condition here, right? So you're like, Theatrix pops off on a Mumu, right? So
Wait,
he
hold on,
builds-
time out. Are you about to tell me a real win condition? Because I've tried. If this is a
Kind
real
of.
one, okay, all right.
Kind of. Theatrix builds full AP, goes in, gets a pick. They one-shot the Ahri and the Ashe. All that's left is Vlad, Jarvan, and Braum. And then you have Tarek and Sona, and they're healing. And OCP just never dies because they have the healing, and they have the Garen to tank through, because Vladimir can't, like, explode your entire team. You know, like, when you have actual healing and stuff to sustain through them. Because, like, Vladimir is, you know, one of those tanky, like, sustained battle mages. He's not a full-on assassin. So if you actually have, you know, heals, shields, group, anti-AoE in your comp, like OTP is running here, you can, in fact, survive Vladimir damage as long, and, like, if you play the rest of the fight well, the Vladimir alone won't win them the fights. So I think, realistically, that could actually work.
You know what? That is an idea. But that will go with the Amumu having to pop off in this early game. I think
the original point is that OTP has to pop off in some way to win this game, and I think that's completely correct.
Yeah. Motion to start a second cult for Labby Worship XD. Seconded. Do we have quorum?
Yeah, actually, the cult of veto-totalitarianism is currently in its startup. We're now, I believe last I checked, Maye was the low priest. I don't know how he's doing. I haven't been talking with him lately on priestly matters at all. So
I talked to Maye because I'm not in client yet, so just pause at 10. But he trolled pretty dang hard on his superlatives. Maye trolling though is not a shock, I guess.
yeah, Maye ain't trolling any more iconic duo really.
Vitalis and really bad puns.
I was gonna say dying the jungle cans, but that works too. Speaking of which, if you didn't vote me from most likely to die to Scuttle Crab, you're trolling.
I voted someone who's in this game to die to Scuttle Crab.
You voted someone who's what?
In this game currently.
With the
Alright,
theatrics.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So, yep. I am at 10 seconds.
I am at 10 as well.
Panda, you want to count us off? Cool. Alright, and Panda's going to be manning the cameras for us, so you get to see all of Summoner's Rift today, ladies and gentlemen. Gentlemen, thank you to Chad Penguin, who is currently in this game, for uploading that wonderful video about whatever it was. No, I'm kidding. About the camera changes that happened. You're play-by-play, right?
What?
You want to be color or play-by-play?
I'm play-by-play. But,
Sweet.
so Legends Untapped going to be invading the jungle of Windswick Ponies as a 5-squad right here. Currently sitting in this red buff over here, and OTP, they're looking in the bot lane. They currently have 4 in the bot lane bush, and Chad Penguin just chilling with their blue buff. So I hope the 4 meets the 5 and we see a bloodbath, which OTP definitely shouldn't win, but it would be interesting anyway. Oh yes. Wait, no, they're backing out. No, this is not the timeline I wanted.
Yep.
They've actually exchanged wards on both their buffs though, so both teams gonna know where the other junglers are starting, and they are starting the same side from each other. So expect to see some early game action coming out around that Scuttle Crab on the top side. And
I think
Amumu is actually one of those junglers who can get, I believe, a 20 CS, like a 5 can't clear in before he actually comes to contest that Scuttle Crab if he has a really efficient clear.
Yep.
Oh wait. No, that's not how you do that. It does not involve Krugs.
No, he can get he's going to do a full clear. He wants to get to 6 as much as he can. Now, what I will want to see is that since both of these junglers had vision of the other jungler and probably knows where they're going based off of where they led, what information is taken from that? Like how do they react now? Jarvan going for what looks like, probably a level 2 gank top lane. He could possibly try to clear Krugs early, but Amumu working around the vision that may be there right now. Going to be on his third camp as Jarvan is going to go for that 4 camp clear. Interesting where he goes all the way to the Krugs right now and hits level 3 upon killing the big Krug right there.
And Legends actually looking as well for the quick level 3 off the buff Krug skank, and then he can use this to go and pressure top lane before the Scuttle Crab comes up. And like that's classic Legends. Hold on, mid lane. Pan top hat actually going to flash out from Theatrix in the mid lane. Theatrix making the quick visit to that mid lane after clearing 3 camps on bottom side. And so Panic, at this point, he's been seen with no red. And so Legends MK knows this blue buff is still up and it's ripe to be contested. However, though, I believe Panic with top hat had to pop a lot of stuff. Is someone mid? Yeah, someone got hurt mid.
Patrick. Panic at the top hat. Jesus. Why did I say Patrick? Had to blow his flash right there, but really nice, intelligent warding, and since Flesh had lane pressure, he could go help secure the blue. Legends, they know he's on that side of the map. Gonna see him come through here. He's gonna get the double scuttle though, since he knows where Amumu is. So that will be a 1 camp lead for the side of Legends MK.
Yeah, is this Legends on tap? No, this is Panic. Legends on tap's the name of the team.
I hate you.
Harder side. You know, I hate me too. But so yeah, there were actually a lot of ways that initial jungle clear could have played out, and you see Theatrix going for the 3 camp clear and then visiting mid lane, and I'm actually frozen at 4 minutes right now, so I don't know what the heck's going on here.
All right, right there, Slaga getting on right there. The knocked up lands from Legends NK. They're gonna get the ignite up, and the stun lands, and then one more auto first blood going over the ignite to Yuramus, but a trade kill going over to Ganwi, and the Legends NK as a nice stun by Slaga kept him in tower range for just a little bit too long, only burning the heal right there when the ignite went down from Yuramus. Vitautus will be joining us back. He has notified me that his spectator data has failed and his internet has caused some issues, so I will be play-by-playing and everything right now.
Hurrah.
Oh, and I'm joined by a wild panda appeared and used Haro. It was super effective.
Yes, indeed. I'll cover play-by-play until he gets back.
Cool.
As we see Chad Penguin go dash in on a couch who uses the pool to get out, and we're silenced. Spin to win, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. I do want to say, it was mentioned, as I said before, that was incredibly worth, not only for the fact that Braum getting first blood is not who you want on that team, but that your Sona was able to get back and go recall without having to use TP right there, so got the tier started, and now Theatrix is actually just about even in camps with Legends. So even though he was at a 1 camp loss deficit right there, looks like they might be trying to look for something here in this bottom lane.
Dazzle coming out, flash forward by Slaga. They're going to try and get the sun comes out onto him, and the volley is going to make sure that they're all too slow, and Theatrix is unable to get over there.
Yeah, I think a really interesting flash when Theatrix was about a whole screen and a half away. Some communication issues that have seemed to plague one-trick ponies for the entire split thus far.
Chad Penguin went 3 beads to start. I just now noticed that.
Yeah.
He likes his beads, what can we say? As Theatrix is going to force the flash from Sir Everett's preemptive flash there.
Revisiting bot lane. And they're just trying to push this out for whatever reason, probably just so he can get some scuttle priority right there. Theatrix letting me, not Theatrix, Vitautus letting me know that he may be trying to get back for game 2. Luckily, we do have the likes of Panda, who is someone you can vote for best streamer or best caster in the PMA LCS Superlatives awards that I have posted and bumped twice. I want them to be done by the end of the week. Please, dear God, help me. This is the first time we've done this.
Alright, Legends MK gonna find a ward in the Dragon Pit here as you saw the electric grenade land onto Panic at the top at the top lane. Chad Penguin gonna chase down a Count and not have the damage. Oh, dash forward by Panic at the top hat. He misses the charm, but Flesh is gonna get hit by the electrocute. Uses an ult, and Theatrics come in, gonna grab him with the bandage toss. Panic is so low, but the bot lane has rotated over, and he is away.
Yeah, and they're starting out this dragon right here. They looks like it will be the first dragon. Dylan somewhere is cheering that they have prioritized the air drake. The only problem is that since Theatrics has been doing all of this, he's gonna have to flash the early. Good thing he did it at den, but then he's gonna get stunned right there. And it looks like, oh, Legends MK getting it and not being able to get taken down afterwards. Flesh not having his ultimate available. Could not do any more damage than was already there. 4 people in the mid lane. I just took over play-by-play by accident.
That's alright. The Panic Orb of Deception there by Panic at the top hat secures the kill as Legends is taking a fair amount of damage from this red buff. Will he die to it? No, he won't.
Broken Shard, he is not.
Ho ho.
Unfortunately for Theatrics, still not hitting level 6. Is extremely far behind right now.
What is that?
What?
Sorry, stream. It looks like we are still getting visual bugs. I'm not really sure what that was.
Wow. That's Brahms, his, Jesus Christ, someone clip that. Please, that was so awesome.
Beautiful. Indeed. It was so beautiful, it was, you could call it dazzling. As we're going to see the crescendo coming out, they're going to catch Sir Everts, and Sir Everts is going to get taken down by Theatrics.
Yeah, really good.
Finally hit level 6.
Ult available. Yeah, finally hit level 6, and for the early game, it's a whole lot better than I thought I would go for Legends on tap, but it's definitely not where it needs to be right now, as they are still down 700 gold.
I thought you meant One Trick Pony is not Legends on tap.
That's what I meant.
They did pick up a plate right there, though, in the bot lane, and they're going to go for this. The Cosmic Radiance coming out. Yoramu's trying to get away, has to flash away from the team as Slaga doesn't take any damage from that turret.
And that is the biggest worry with this team comp right here. Although Theatrics going that Cinder Hulk build, so gonna be going the really long tanky route that Vitautus was mentioning before. I believe that Jarvan did steal the blue buff though of Theatrics, as now looks like he's gonna start up.
What is going on here? A count going on with the turret dive. He's gonna get the kill on to Chad Penguin, who did flash. No ignite used there. And meanwhile, bot lane, Braum just walks into a bush and face checks into 3 of them.
Yeah,
that moves. One might call him a Chad.
Wow, the flash from Chad Penguin was a little bit interesting. Maybe thinking he could get out of the damage, but kind of flashed back into the damage.
Yeah, it was a little interesting there. Also, choosing not to use the ignite to stop a little bit of that healing from account. All told, not terrible. He's able to get it back here. Gets a sheep. Dazzle coming out. Going to land on 2 from Slaga, but they're going to get the stun off with the Braum passive. Here comes the Glacial Fissure, and Slaga going to be ignited and hit up by the volley as Panic at the top hat is going to find himself a friend, and Legends MK takes the kill.
Yeah, and this is kind of the worry that I had for the side of One Trick Ponies, is that now Mumu being down almost a full level right here, gonna try to get the Curse of the Sad Mummy, gets charmed.
Oh, Cataclysm coming out here. Legends MK has him trapped in the pit, and poor Theatrics just has to walk back and forth as Legends MK and Panic are able to just take him down with auto attacks.
Yep. Choosing not to use the Curse of the Sad Mummy right there, being a very sad mummy right there, as he has now died 2 times and is going to be probably permanently 2.5 levels behind Legends MK once it's all said and done.
Yeah. Well, it was well done there, just outside of turret range by Legends MK, making sure that he's not taking turret shots through the duration of that Cataclysm. So that was well played there as we look bot lane here. Sir Everts pushing in onto this tower. still down a plate as a Demolish proc is going to go off. They have some minions. Here comes Slaga, and now they're just trying to get away and peel back with a volley.
Yep, so for the side of one-click ponies, they kind of need to bust open one of these lanes, and I think the lane to do it in has to be bot lane. It is the lane that has the kills in it. It is also the weakest of what you would conceive for Legends on tap. And then if you can do that, break that open, try to get that tower down before the 14-minute mark to get all that gold income right there. You have the Taric, you have the Sona, you have the Mumu. I think that'd be probably the best course of action for them right here.
They should also have wards up the Yin Yang, as both the Sona and the Taric have completed quests.
Yep, the Yin Yang quest for sure.
Yep. So I am a little surprised there's not more wards in that river. Anyways, another Cloud Drake has spawn priority. Looks like it's going to go over to Legends on tap.
Yep, and Legends. Okay.
Yeah.
Drakes are good, okay? Legends right now.
That Ari's going to go real fast, okay?
Okay. Your tone is Seric. I
No.
sound like Vedius right now.
Well, here comes the Cosmic Radiance. It's going to stop some of the damage, and Slaga is going to be the only one taken down there as 4 members have rotated bot. And it looks like the dive might be on here. Ganwian's going to try and run away. Glacial Moose, or your Moose is going to chase him. No Glacial Fissure being used as it's on cooldown.
Yeah, Glacial Fissure just being used right there. And then I was calling for one-click ponies to do this, but I guess
You know, Legends on tap, we're listening in on the call, and Lighthouses is
yeah.
back.
I mean,
No,
kind of.
Kind of.
Are you okay? Where are you in the game?
Non-existent right now.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Well, we'll just continue
me,
going along.
Yeah.
As first turret going to go over to Legends on tap.
Yeah, Braum is the big gold winner right here, which I think is the only saving grace right now
There's a
for
rift
the side
show.
of one-click ponies.
Oh, gonna get the
As
stun.
Legends is going to get stunned and have a lot of damage done.
But
to
this
them,
is a
you don't have
3v2.
enough damage.
And they're just going to take down Sona as they're going to dive in onto a count, and Flesh is now here for fun, and the rest of the team looks like they're just going to have to leave Slaga.
Oh,
That's a failed
we saw
splash
that,
over the wall.
Legends. We saw it.
And now Flesh is trapped in 3. Ooh, gets the double stun out, flashes away, but Uramoose is going to be able to jump over onto him. And there's the kill for Legends, who's now on a rampage. As Panic at the top hat rotates top, and what was that?
Well, he still gets stunned because it went through, so.
Interesting, because that was after he'd already died.
Yeah, the cast went through.
Oh, so I'm
Yep,
going in
all
on
right.
to Chad Penguin, and we're done.
Yep, that's going to be it. So, I think if nothing happens in the next 5 minutes, if one-click ponies cannot make this gold lead shrink from 5,500 to
They
something
double.
more, yeah, like it's probably gonna be Dunzo. I mean, Legends has even finished a Tiamat because one, he just wants to speed up his own clear, but most Jarvans don't do that as much anymore. But I feel like he feels like, one, I'm very, very rich. Two, I have this luxury. I'm never going to feel like I'm going to get invaded by this team. They don't have enough damage to deal with me. I can do this. I can take what some might call a less optimal path in terms of building. And it also helps us, obviously, the counter jungle clear a whole lot easier.
Well, as we watch Chad Penguin spin to win on to a count, but here comes 3 members underneath the tower, and they just don't care.
They are so fast with these Drakes.
Yeah, that is the problem. The Ari can get from lane to lane really quickly. So like a lot of mobility on that mid laner is not a good sign. Especially
Yeah.
if you have good vision, which it looks like they have some deep vision on the bot side. And a little bit of vision inside the top. As the Charm's going to miss on Ganwian. Ganwian has a friend, but the Crescendo is going to miss. As Predator being used top by Chad Penguin on a count. And then he just spins away. Because why not?
Yeah, I hate to go back to draft because I should be focusing on it's incredible. I'm trying to figure out what the use of the Garen in the top lane was when you kind of knew where the Vladimir was going, but obviously it could be a flex pick. But just the lack of AD damage on their team and consistent AD damage at that.
All right, well, we just saw Legends MK take down Chad Penguin with the Cataclysm. Yeah, and the top turret going down. It just seems like the tempo for the team is just not there. They lack, again, that consistent damage source, as you're saying. And they're just losing pressure all over the map because of it.
Yeah, so if I'm on one-trick ponies right now, I'm thinking to myself, okay, this looks like a loss. I'm asking my team, do we want to keep, do we want to, start talking about next game? Which they'll probably say no. Some people don't like that. But that, maybe there's one or two more team fights that you're willing to try. But that you shouldn't be too tilted, because the problem wasn't with it being Sonateric, it was just with the picks around it. And then I think that they still played fairly well. Theatrics in the early game tried to apply a little bit of early game pressure, but I just think he kind of stood around and did a little bit of nothing a little bit too long.
Yeah.
Scanwan's backing on a pink board.
And the comp would be a whole lot better if he was on something a bit more comfortable to him than this Amumu. I think if he would have had Kane or Evelyn or Hecarim even, any of those early pressure jungle picks would have made this go a lot better. I think the Amumu was just maybe the wrong choice there. You needed something that had some damage. A Kindred even would have been a brilliant pick.
Kindred actually wouldn't have been half bad. I think the problem with the Kindred is how, this comp wants to be turning on right now, and right now they're 7,500 gold down.
Chad Penguin gonna get hit by the charm here as Ari's gonna chase after him. Will she use the Spirit Rush or not? She opts not to, as the Ignite not gonna be used as the Electro Grenade gonna land on two. The only one turret out though, so Sir Everett's not gonna be taken down too low. Yeah. Looks like if you are, that's a third Cloud Drake. I did not notice that.
Yeah, they picked it right up on spawn. If this game does happen to go really long, as Legends jumps on Chad Penguin.
The Penguin's gonna spin around in circles inside the Cataclysm, but he's gonna get taken down there. As they have complete control over this bot side jungle, they're gonna lose a tower on the bot side. The one-trick ponies, they're losing pressure top lane. I honestly just don't know what you can do. It's kind of just like, all right, move on next.
Yeah, but for those who don't like that, as I was saying, those who are like, hey, no, we can still win, obviously we're all amateurs here, even though I still feel like even if you play for late, that this team comp from Legends on tap outscales you even then. You just, you're gonna have to find, I think what even Vitalis was talking about earlier, you have to find a pick onto the likes of Sir Everett's and Panic at the Dahabat, as finally this pink ward that's gotten so much value does finally go down. But you just, I'm looking at a Amumu right now, and I'm wondering, is he building an Abyssal Mask? Is he building a Roa? Is he building a Righteous Glory? Well, Righteous Glory doesn't even build out of that anymore. He's building an Abyssal Mask, so the types of choices that were made pre-game were a little bit questionable, but even more so now in-game, because I guess they're just kind of hoping for it to go to 35 minutes and that, pray to God that they don't get a Baron on the other side or they throw at Baron, because you do have a lot of AoE damage that you can put down into a Baron pit that will shred your MR, and you have a Cosmic Radiance that you can use. So there are options, and I say that sparingly. It's gonna be so incredibly difficult to pull this off for the side of one-trick ponies.
Yeah, there's just not really a great way to stem the bleeding right now. As we watch a Count pushing here, Flesh has been found by Legends on tap, and he's just gonna get soloed out basically. As Blasco gonna use Flash Forward by Legends, and Legends picks himself up a kill. As 3 members are going to try and close in on Legends MK. They're going to get the stun and the dazzle and the bandage tops, but he's going to flag and drag himself out. And that's the end of that as Chad Penguin tries to turn it around on Account, but Account just channels up that, I don't even know what that's called, and gets it all back.
Yeah, we have some messages from the Peanut Gallery. Necro guy saying, boo, Account on another ranged top. Yep.
Oh, the actress going in on the bandage toss, but finds himself a little bit trapped and just gets stunned up. He uses the Curse of the Sad Mummy, but a little too late as Chad Penguin's gonna stab you in the back there, Count.
And another win condition for One Trick Pony's rears its head. If Chad Penguin can build an adaptive helm, and then, you know, whatever else he needs, and if he wants to build a...
What Triforce?
You know, well, yeah, that's typical for these, because then if he can just queue the tower for like 90% of their health or whatever.
As we see skill shots missing left and right, Flesh is taking below half health. He uses the ultimate on a turret, and they're all out of the range of the turret right now.
Yeah. Flesh's proficiency on this champion has left a little bit to be desired, but I think it's more so the case of how the rest of the map is played out, not necessarily him on the champion itself.
Yeah, just a bit behind in gold, as it appears. Panic at the Top Hat now is 3,000 gold ahead, basically. Another Drake spawned here. This is an Ocean Drake for Legends MK. 4 to 14, 24 minutes in. Still no towers for the One Trick Ponies. Keep in mind, though, this is a best of 3 series, so even dropping game number 1, they're not going to be in too much trouble.
Yeah, I do think if there was a time to pull this out, it would definitely have been either in game 1 or game 3 if it comes to that. But you look in, you know, I think one saving grace you could say for the side of One Trick Ponies is that you see that all the Drakes that have spawned, and before I get, yep, all right, and the 1-2 spawn still are all passive Drakes and do not really give them any in-combat stats outside of like passive movement speed, which is definitely helpful and useful. And if you're Dylan, it's the only thing that matters.
Well, as Jingo has subscribed to us, thank you for subscription to Slog. I'm gonna get stunned up here. Glacial Fissure being used. Ganwin, probably the next up on the menu as Theatrix goes. It gets a 4-man bandage toss. And Chad Penguin is chasing after Sir Everett, but he's not going to be able to get to them. Somebody is legendary. That'd be Legends MK. Account picks up the kill on Chad Penguin, and Flesh is the only member left alive for his team as he's now going to get caught, and a double kill going over to Account.
Yeah, and this is kind of the tail of the tape for me in this game. It was the junglers, and I felt like it was the deciding factor coming into this series. I wasn't here to talk about it, but you see 2 junglers jump and flash on the enemy backlines. One is a tank, and one's a bruiser. The bruiser gets a double kill, and then the tank dies almost instantly without any members of the enemy team falling.
Yeah, oof, Inhib, then Baron, rough. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to go straight to Baron. Looks like they're actually not going to, as Brahm's going to get blast coned the wrong direction. Looks like they're going to pick up some waves and reset here.
Yeah, we're nearing the... I mean, hypothetically, we've been talking about it as it is, but we're coming to almost a realization that this is almost the point of no return, as they are 12,000... 12?
No, 14.
14,000. Almost. When you hit that 15,000 mark, then I feel like that is an insurmountable lead. Yeah, unless it's at, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Then it just doesn't matter.
Or, yeah, a 14,000 gold lead is, pretty significant. I mean, we look just at the difference in items in the top lane alone, and we see a count with 3 items completed to the 1 by Chad Penguin.
Yeah, the only person who's actually ahead in items completed is Sona, having completed
2 items.
2 full items. Well, technically 3 if you want to count either the boots or the the Spell Thieves, but then Ash sitting on 2, 3, and some components.
Yeah, so I mean,
Boots are items, so
you're just super behind in items, you know. You see the Heimerdinger's down in items. We find Legends has been cut out a little bit. He's still 2 levels up on Theatrics, though, as Ganwin is 4 levels behind. Was chasing him as Predator was used here. Looks like the posturing around the Baron is going on here. In goes Panic at the top hat. He is just dashing around Slaga using the Spirit Rush. As somebody got taken down there. No, Cosmic Radiance coming out. Cosmic Radiance is not going to be enough as Heimerdinger picks up himself a kill. As the Sir Everest is on a killing spree here. Flag and drag being used. Theatrics going to turn around on Panic at the top hat, but Panic just throws the Orb of Deception at him.
meanwhile back at the Hall of Justice.
Yeah, meanwhile at the Hall of Justice, account is just taking the base.
Yeah, I mean, it's really nice. You know, Panic's now they're going to be the only one who's going to be able to live and tell the tale of, hey, I didn't die this game because I'm a really good player.
Wait,
so,
did he wipe them? No, he didn't wipe them. Yeah, here, there goes the inhibitors, there goes the Nexus, and we move on to game number 2. Game 1 picked up at Legends on tap, and we will see what happens game 2 as OTP looks to turn it around.
Yeah, I believe in playoff series we do a player of the series, correct?
Yep. Series.
So.
Yes, somebody finally changed the title. Thank you. All right. So,
I didn't know the title needed to be changed. I'm sorry.
We're going to take a short break while we get set up for game number 2. Legends on tap picked up the first match.
Yep, sounds good.
Oops, that's the wrong one. That's the right one. All right.